Veritas for the civil phase of the project. So some of these are beyond where it's showing in the report. And I just wanted to clarify some of that. So Mike's Tire Depot, the LDP has been issued and they're already going for it. Civil plans were approved a while back. For the active and recent land disturbances, the gas station, as everyone is probably aware, has been under construction, as that is showing there. S&E Cabinet Shop, they came in a couple of months ago and it looks like their plans may be changing. If that's a little bit longer. So they have proposed a couple other plans, but have not been back to us to change that. 1261 Industrial, they have completed everything on their required building for the bathroom that the fire marshal wanted on there. So that one should have actually been accomplished before I even stepped foot at City Hall. Commercial offices, that is where that's showing. Maximum RX credit, they have been issued LDP. They are not under construction, so that just could be semantics. In 4744, that permit is going to be issued tomorrow for an LDP, and that's always get the name of their business confused. Elevation Truck Service. Sewer upgrade, we did have Jamel out, who's from GFO, and everything looked good. We should be getting a good report there for our upgrade. And then we should be beyond phase one for the Grove Park.
Thank you, Jim. All right. And we're going to move on and not forget this time, Dana from the library.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm happy to be here. It's been a beautiful day.
Oh, that's good.
Even though I've been inside, I still get little glimpses. Occasionally I get lucky to go get the mail or take out the trash. I just want to read the first paragraph because it's very important. And it's also something that I don't feel like I say clearly or express enough here. I just want to take a moment to thank you for your support of our library. We really appreciate your assistance in getting our new hot water tank and helping to come up with a successful plan to address our heating issues. You worked so hard for our library in this wonderful community we have, and I'm very grateful and appreciative. Some weeks and months are more challenging than others, especially when working in a leadership, management, or customer service-based position. And I want to acknowledge your hard work and efforts. And that goes for everybody in this room. So at the library this month, February, we have a lot of things going on, but March, we're literally jam-packed, and we'll probably stay that way forever. So coming up next week on Wednesday at 4, please let's support our mayor in her reading club. I know our community is getting excited about Mayor Reading Club, but I just want to make sure we're all supporting our mayor. That's Wednesday at 4. We have Read Across America Day coming up. It's our first event in March. So it's Monday, March 2nd. We have a wonderful, wonderful Master Gardener presentation coming on March 5th at 1 o'clock. Everybody's invited to that. We also have our seed packets are at the library. So anybody who wants to start their indoor planting to prepare for spring, please come to the library. We have a wonderful assortment of seeds for everybody. And right now I don't have a limit on them because we have a lot. If we start to run low, I might limit it to 3 packs, but right now there's no limit. We have a spring book sale coming up, which will be a great fundraiser if you want to support the library. It's on a Saturday. Starts at 10:30, ends at 1:30. We have Cuddle with Kittens coming back on, which is, phenomenal. 75 people last time. Monday, March 23rd from 3 to 5. And we have a brand new teen advisory board meeting on March 26th. We'll have our first one in February, though, coming up in a couple of weeks. I don't know why I didn't put that on here. Also, March is National Craft Month, so we have 8 different opportunities to come to the library and do 8 different crafts. So be sure to check our calendar and see what we have going on those days if you want to come do some crafts. Also, just a reminder that coming up on Wednesday, February 25th. It is our annual staff development day, which will take place in Monroe. We are very excited about that. The other thing that I really look forward to about that event is it's the one day out of the year that awards are given out to library employees. And we also get to nominate amazing members of our community who support our libraries as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. I take great pride in having an opportunity to nominate 6 different people for 6 different awards, and I take it very seriously. It doesn't mean that they're gonna win, but it makes me feel good to recognize people for their contributions. So anyway, just want to thank you, and does anybody have any questions for me?
Where's the teen advisory board meeting?
What is it? Okay, so Naomi, we are trying to grow our young adult population. So pretty much 12 years old up to probably about 17 are invited to come to the library. We will be serving them pizza, which is kind of a big deal. Our friends in the library is paying for that. And they will come up with book ideas, program ideas, and basically help us make the library what they want it to be for them specifically. We might even, I'm waiting on approval, but we may even be changing our library around a little bit to create a teen spot for them, a better spot, which is really hard. We have a small library, so we don't have a lot of wiggle room. But anyway, those are some of the things that we're going to be doing. But the Teen Advisory Board is pretty much for anybody 12 years to 17 years old that would like to have a say in what we do at the library to make it fun and exciting and engaging for them.
Okay,
And
great.
that first meeting was February what?
I'm sorry. Oh, February. Let me look at the calendar. Sorry.
March 26th.
Well, the first meeting is actually February 26th. It's a Wednesday at 5 o'clock. That is the first one. Yeah, that is the first Teen Advisory Board meeting. We've been personally inviting a lot of our teens and also inviting them to bring their friends. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Anything? Thank you.
No. Okay, at this point, we have a public comment section, if anybody would like to come up. And say anything, they're welcome to at this time. Share information with council or whatever the case may be. Is anybody interested? Are you interested? Yeah. Well, come on. Mr. Mamu, we all know you, but for the record, please go ahead and state your name and your address, please.
Munir Mahmood, 1910 Highway 138.
Okay, and you have 3 minutes. Lynn, could you go ahead and make sure about that?
Okay. I promised city council what I'm gonna do without complication, and I follow the books. I don't have a problem with that. I've been issued a few tickets. Before a few tickets, I'll make it quick enough because what exactly what's going on. If anything, any misunderstanding, anything like this, I would like to clear it up. If the mayor has something against me or you, anybody, I would like to clear it up. Because I'm open as a private business between 2 months and a half. That's it, 2 months and a half. I've been inspected. And the inspection by the state, I'm clear, I told them, do you have anything on my record? No, everything in record as far as refrigeration, dumping, everything. I have states how to dump, how to get rid of the carcasses and all that without anything. My neighbor gave me a permission to put a sign on her side, so my customer doesn't go to her, they come straight to me. And nobody from outside can see that little sign. And I've been advised if I want to put a sign, I don't want to name anybody because I respect everyone. They put me, you can put small sign Friday nights and take it out on Sunday nights. I agree, and I did it. What happened? Friday, after I put it, Craig came in, take a picture of it, and that's what he gave me, one of the citation. And Craig, I don't know who's the other person, came into my property, opened the gates, I have 5 animals, opened the first gate, second gate, go inside all my property and look around my business around. The problem I have is, first of all, my customers, when they come in to me, they don't just open the door for coming. They have to come in at the gates, call me, then I open the door. I'm there. My wife, she's by herself at the house. Greg, for somebody is creepy, somebody is attractive. It scared people, my wife, okay? He didn't give her, who is he? The card didn't have no tag, state, city, whoever it is. He didn't give a card, he didn't say even his name. They walk in both to my property and still walking around and around. She called them and she screamed. She said, I know they heard me. She said, but Munir, he'll be here in 5 minutes. Hello, hello. She can hear them because sometimes I'm in the house. I'm down there with my helpers. And he didn't respond to nothing. He came in and you know what he told her? Do you want us to leave? She said, yes, leave now. Okay, so they left. They didn't leave a card. They didn't present. They didn't even say who they are. Please, we've been coming twice in my property with some other people and with the gun. And that's it's in writing. Yes.
Who came with the gun?
Some people. No, I don't know who is he. We called the cops. The cops they came in with helicopters, whatever. They hold the people. They hold him. Okay. Yeah. They hold him.
It wasn't code enforcement.
Okay. No, I don't know who it is. Well, they hold him. Okay. Anyway, they take you to jail, whatever it is. Okay. Another incident. We have a lot of stuff stolen. I don't want to shoot anybody. I don't want nobody to come to my property. Okay. I have dogs right now. Okay. I respect everybody. If you come to my property, even the states, when they come in, they found the gates open, they call me and I opened the door, they came in. I have no violation at all. They like it, they love it. They say, I'm glad everybody can comply with you, from state to anything else. I'm asking, if you come in, just call me. And especially when my wife tell you 5 minutes, it'll be here, I will be there. I was so upset. I came outside and I called the police. When the police come, the police, he can give me a statement because it's in camera. The sheriff said, they told him, we are here to investigate this business in operation with the against the law. They have people living here legally. Okay. Before that, I have the police, they came in, they looked, there was nobody there. Tax, accessory, whatever they came in, that's before that. Okay, just like a week before. They came in, they looked, they couldn't find nobody.
I don't mean to stop you.
That's okay.
If you have anything else to wrap it up, you're
Yes.
welcome to say that.
Isn't it? And I would like to give you this is the evidence why I am throwing away the bone. You know what I'm saying? And it's not affecting anybody. I'm following the law. Because in one carcass, I cannot just spend 350 to call the dumpster for it. I'm sorry, it is one of them. This is the state, and you can read that. So I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm sorry. It's okay. I'm sure of it. I'm not doing anything illegal, and I'm trying to compromise with everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mellon.
You're welcome.
Anybody else who'd like to come up and speak? Okay, we'll go ahead and move on. Joe, I'm going to turn it over to you.
First section of whole business is going to be a vote on ordinance number 46-01, hometown heroes program. What I would like to point everyone to is any changes made, and I do apologize for not showing an edit feature in here, but I will point them out. So on page 2, under criteria, we did add a section to clarify a little bit of first responder criteria. And that's going to be an employment verification letter, certificate of retirement, or any validating proof of honorable service, just because there could be differences between the types of service, such as EMT, fire. Then on page 3, for membership, from the board or the committee, we did add a minimum of 1 member must be a military veteran or a first responder. This will help facilitate some of those documents and familiarity with those documents as they validate. And the only other edits were the numbering.
Set the number.
Cleaning up. Any questions for me?
No, it's great. Thank you.
Thank you, hit on everything that we commented about at the last meeting. Thank you. Okay. This is up for a vote today. I'm gonna ask council if there's a motion on this.
I will make a motion that we approve the resolution for the Hometown Heroes and with changes that presented.
Is there a second?
A second.
Is there any questions? All in favor, please raise your hand. That's unanimous. Thank you, everybody. And we'll go ahead and move on to Resolution 2026-01. And bring it up again.
Next, we have resolution 2026-01. As you notice, the title has changed a little bit to be more encompassing. So this resolution is a resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of Walnut Grove in support of community youth prioritization of safety, welfare, and protection. Now, very beginning is a really good description of what's throughout the document. Keep youth as a city top priority for the city. Identify and implement policies to prioritize youth safety, welfare, and protection. To strategically balance the wishes of the community with the responsibility of creating a safe haven where city's youth can thrive. And the urgent need to adopt such regulation to protect youth, creation of programs to promote youth involvement, and to implement policies to shore up any vulnerabilities facing the youth of the Walnut Grove. So essentially, this resolution is a document as nearly a roadmap to show that we are prioritizing the youth community, that we're going to work with partners such as the school district, individual schools, sheriff's department, any outlet that does youth involvement. A lot of this sprang up from an ordinance proposed in our last work session. I believe that they were encompassing an integrated resolution to show why. Something to refer back to when we go for ordinances similar to this.
Will a letter be forthcoming that's going to be sent out to businesses that this may affect, that an ordinance is coming?
Absolutely.
Okay. And that will happen before the next work session?
Yes.
When we're talking about
That can happen.
the ordinance. Okay. Great. Great. And this was written with a very broad stroke to encompass lots of different areas that we may come across in the future where our youth are involved. Okay. It's great. Thank you again to Rachel for bringing this up. Okay. This is up for a vote tonight. Someone ask council if there is a motion.
I will make a motion to approve resolution 2026-01.
Is there a second? Second. And then is there any comments or questions? Okay, all in favor, please raise your hand. It is unanimous. Thank you all. Okay, great. So we'll make sure we get these signed off tonight, right? Okay, great. Okay, any new business? It doesn't look like there is any. Now, did you have anything? Okay. That's for the work session next time. So the reports, we're going to go ahead and work with the public works report first.
I do not have a full public works report released today, but it is a good opportunity to address something that we're going to be doing in the very near future at our next council meeting. We're going to start making most of our reports generated as a firework. That way to show everything individually. And then we will have as much discussion over every item that we're doing. You'll be able to see the report itself. That's going to go for code enforcement and adding permitting in there as well. So you can see kind of where everything's going administratively. Have a little window in the city hall over through the month. Public works, we've been, it got a little off track for our scheduled stuff. We had some weather, middle of last month. Trying to catch up with some sewer plant stuff in between that because of the freezing and rain. And then one of our members was out for a little while. So we've been playing a lot of mitigation factors. We are getting back on track here soon. But you have seen the work that they've been putting in. They're still going in the neighborhoods, still trying to clean it up when the sun's out and it's not raining on them. Finally got the lights down off the tree. So that's been going on the last 2 days. And we're still in search of our public works manager.
Okay. And there's the vote report.
Want to start off with the citations. Once again, not much. Walton County had 4, and Georgia State Patrol had 0 citations. Code enforcement had 0. We had 20 rentals for the ball field.
Wow.
And so far, the ball field collections is $5,602.50.
Great.
And the bank accounts, the general operating fund, $690,831.31. Sewer operating account, $10,312.13. 2019 SPOS, $948,017.48. Money market, $1,466,30.04. DDA, $89,782,027. The sewer plant expansion, $96,657.18. The LAS sewer plant expansion, $206,038.60. And the 2025 SPOS is $255,754.95.
Thank you, Lynn. Code enforcement. Anything else there?
So as Lynn decided to, lead the city administrators report off. But code enforcement first. So a couple notices to comply, and this is another report that's going to start being generated directly from my work. Both notices to comply had to do with junk and abandoned vehicles. And that kind of brings me to one of the bigger projects. We're in an auditing phase of code enforcement actions. So Greg has been going out regularly looking at parking in our neighborhoods. We've had some complaints via Southern Sanitation not being able to get through in some places. So we're just trying to make sure we're up on that, making sure they can get through to actually get to their job. Further on that, we're looking at business licensing as we're going through that part of the year. Most of it should have to this point been completed. However, we do have some stragglers, and that's what he's going out and doing to make sure they get back in compliance. Also on a little bit of businesses is auditing of all signage. He started that project this week, and I think we have some miles for that to help me out with seeing some of the things that we have in the city, and Councilwoman Davis as well. So that's where it started, and now it's gone to making sure all signage is either permitted or in compliance as far as like windows and how much they have on there, and the outside, and things of that nature. That is code.
I'm not, can't remember if I sent the email about this or not. But real estate signs are, you don't have to get a permit for those, and but the ones that are falling apart around the city, those would be against the ordinance. I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, we can definitely add that to the stuff.
I'm just curious on the signs because I haven't looked, like the real estate signs that are not like on the property. Can real estate agents just put them up anywhere without permission? I mean, I'm looking at the stick in the ground signs that have the arrows like for open houses, but they're not necessarily an open house going.
There are rules to it, even in our ordinance and the state, they can't put them in the right of way. At the entrance of a subdivision is usually okay, as long as it's not in the right of way. And there's some state laws protecting it just because of the fact of people's rights to their homes and things like that. Now, if they're in where the roundabout's gonna be, that brings up a bigger issue. Those do need to be permitted, but it has to be at some location within their area. And so far, we've only had that issue once since I've been here, and that's what we were able to do to remove those.
I wasn't in, I saw some somewhere else and I thought, I need to check. I just hadn't asked yet.
And for my report, So we're coming up with a planning and zoning recruitment and training plan. We're now at the drafting phase, so creating a training plan for our planning and zoning members to keep them abreast of our zoning regulations. That way, when they're going, people come before them, they can make really educated decisions. And the goal is to have those other two members that we've been vacant for a while, fill those vacancies in the next month or so. Capital assets, working on this right now to make sure that we bring those to council so we can assess if we need those and offload anything that we do not need, such as dump trucks, tractors, things like that. That's our insurance. The new city website, we are completing the training phase. And then after that, the launch phase is about a day. And then we'll have our website here in the next couple of weeks. That'll be fully up. Other highlights is training and certification. In the fall, there will be a municipal finance training, and I think that'd be very valuable to staff. Paving, right now, we have the paving plan. I just have to meet with the county to see where we can go with that, and anything that they can help us accomplish. We're formulating a plan to accomplish those areas as well. Employee retirement, been speaking with GMA, and it looks like he will most likely be coming to one of our meetings in March. I'm not sure the full context of that, but I'll get more out of that. For finance, we're going through a line item audit currently and making sure everything is going to the right spots, everything is coded correctly. This helps us when it comes to audit time, when we do reports, just making sure everything's where it's supposed to be. And then for budget prep, we have Sherry Bailey coming in. She's going to help us out with some of our accounts to make sure that we can or show us where we need to go as far as enterprise funds, things of that nature, to make sure we're kind of modernizing our budget process. That's all I have.
So how much did we get in for the LV grant? Do you know?
It was 24,000.
Thanks for doing that.
No worries.
That leaves me. Just so we can kind of update council at the same time, we're working with the city and DOT. Canvas County sent us their ideas of where speed limits needed to be reduced to 35. Joe and I took a look at it. And we've asked them to expand their boundaries just a little bit for what we needed and the explanation for why we thought it needed to be a little bit greater. So we're waiting to hear back from the county on that and see how that's going. These are state roads, and so we can only ask and hope that they will be listening and see that our justification reasons make sense. So that's happening at the Mayor's Reading Club. I've signed up for a principal for a day, and so I'm waiting for my assignment in the school so I can go shadow a principal for a full day. So I'm excited about that. Tomorrow, I'm speaking at the State Work-Based Learning Conference. It's being held at the jail. It's the largest place that they could find. They've asked me to come and speak on behalf of the city and how the work-based learning program has assisted us in meeting the needs of some of the things that we need for the city when we don't have enough funding to bring in full-time people. And I believe our current student employee is also going to be coming and speaking about her experience. Macy's going to be coming in and talk too. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. She's not going to be sharing about 15 minutes of speaking. So that's happening. We went to the chamber lunch today and it was the state of the schools, which was great. We attended the Walton County Day at the Capitol, which was really great. We got to talk to a lot of people and I shared with John Wart from the county how we thought we needed to have employee memberships at the gyms for Walton County. So we're waiting to hear back from John on that one. Cities Week is coming up, and so we'll have something at our next work session about a resolution for that. And in conjunction with that, which is what we did last year, we did all of the recycling. Davis set that up. And recently, Ms. Miles set up a meeting at Walnut Grove Elementary School with third grade students and their teachers on the 19th of this month to talk to the students again about how important it is and to give our ideas for the future and see what they're talking about and what they're thinking for the future also, which is really nice. STEM night is coming up March 25th at Walnut Grove Elementary School, and everybody on council is invited. I heard it was fantastic last year. They've asked us if we want to set up a table, and I think this year we will, and offer some information to our citizens about what's going on.
Repeat what that was.
That is the STEM night
Oh, STEM
at
night,
Walnut
okay.
Grove Elementary School, and it's on
Thank you.
March 25th. During all that weather that we had, I know there was discussion about our emergency management and are we set up and how are things going? And I got to tell you, Carl Morrow and him over in emergency management, they have their act together. They, for some reason, we were not on the list again, even though Brian had been previously. We are now on the list. Joe and I attended several of their updates on the weather and whatnot. We were able to transfer that information to our citizens via the Facebook and Code Red. It also brought in a lot of new people who signed up for Code Red, which is great. But it proved, and our staff during that time, they knew what to do. It was wonderful. They, in advance of the storms, they took care of the sewer plant, which is our biggest concern during these things. They were ready with chainsaws and everything else. And Joe, our city administrator, was making sure to give information to our council members to let you all know that things were being taken care of, things were handled. And so it really proved that the city of Walnut Grove is ready for those type of events. We prefer not to be, but we are ready. We can handle them. And all of the different things are in place. And I was just very proud of the staff members who got us through that, and working with Carl Martin and his group was really great also. They included us in everything from that point on, and we are now on the list and getting everything we need. So I wanted to allay any concerns that council may have for that. We're going through some growing pains in the office, and the reason that we're going through the growing pains is because we are doing so much more now, and there's so much more accountability, and there's so much more tracking, and there's so much more everything. I want council to be prepared as budgets come forward in the next few months. Be prepared. There may be a need for more employees or employee. There may be a increase in expenses. My hope is that we can still lower taxes or at least roll them back. We'll all work together on this under Joe's direction and mine, and just be prepared. There's a lot of changes going on, and we need to go ahead and rise to the occasion and make sure we're prepared for what's coming. So I just wanted to give you all a heads up on that, okay? I think that's it for me. That is it for me. So I'm going to move on. And if this is the town hall section, if anybody would like to just come up or make a comment from the audience, they're welcome. If you would like to, that's okay too. So I'm going to turn it over to council comments, and we're going to start with Eric Miles.
Okay, we went to the education luncheon today, and the assistant superintendent for Walton County Schools, Susan Enfinger, spoke about our public school system, and wow, what she represents the county very well. And the things and the graduation rates and just how much our schools are such an asset to our community. And they also keep your property values up. So there's that. There's also a lot of private schools there too. I believe that we have some great private schools in our community, but there's just Walton County Public Schools. I'm just not ashamed to send my kids there. They're doing a fabulous job. And then I wanted to speak about STEM at Walnut Grove Elementary School. I attended, I wasn't able to go to the state capitol. I knew our state would be represented very well. So I stayed behind and I went to the STEM interview at Walnut Grove Elementary School. And there was a number of community partners, parents, And I was there with the city as a community partner and a parent as well. And they're trying to get a Cognia STEM certificate to officially be a STEM school. We are the only elementary school in the county that is doing this, and it is phenomenal. These teachers are so passionate about what they do. It is, you'll get a little emotional sitting there listening to them. They are just really great. And I'm just bragging on our schools.
Okay, Maxine, thank you. Max?
I don't have too much, but I did notice we got a letter today in our city email from GMA regarding the property tax bills that are up. So anybody listening to our meetings, I would like to ask everyone to really review those bills and what they would mean to the city of Walnut Grove in particular, as to whether or not they think they are good or bad. And remember that a lot of things come around at this time of year when it's time for politics and time for people to push their issues and look for things that will get them votes. So I would like to ask that everyone carefully review those bills and see if they think they need to write to their leaders to support or not support those bills.
Good comment. Thank you. Rachel?
Okay, I'm gonna follow up on what you said, Mayor, about the things are growing and changing at City Hall. And I just want to give you guys kudos for making all these moves and improving the professionalism and the look of City Hall. I just really appreciate it. Every time I walk in there, I'm like, wow, what y'all do next? Looks so nice. If you haven't had a chance to go check out the minor renovations, they've made a large impact. And I'd also like to piggyback on what Erica said. Yes, Walton County schools are fabulous. I moved here on purpose for Walton County schools and specifically our Walnut Grove cluster. And I have been proud, and I would like to brag on Erica's son and my son, both who will be inducted into the Junior Beta Club this month. And yeah, that's all I have.
Congratulations to you both your sons. Thank you. And Linda?
Well, I don't have a whole lot. My kids are long out of school. And I don't have a whole lot except for, along with supporting the library, is our food bank that we have in the lobby. And it's very important. It's very valuable to our city. A lot of people take advantage of it and a lot of people donate to it. So if you're looking for a cause, that's a good one. Just drop off some supplies in the lobby and we'll all be very happy.
Thank you, Linda.
And friends of the library, we're looking for new members. If you'd like to join, it'd be a good time to sign up.
Great. Is there a membership fee?
It's $20 a year.
Okay. All right, great. Okay, we don't have an executive session tonight that I'm aware of, right? Okay, no executive session. So before we sign off, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you have some time to spend with your family and loved ones over the weekend. And we're going to keep this nice, sweet and short tonight. Is there a motion by council to adjourn the meeting? So moved. Is there a second? I'll second. Let's see. And then any comments or questions? All in favor, please raise your hands. And it's unanimous. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for coming. And we have some